Hello, students, and welcome to this virtual college fair. Just so you know, your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can ask questions in the Q&A at any time. Please sign up for more sessions. This is just one of the many available, and a recording of this session will be available in the next couple days. So let's kick it off, and up first we have Mississippi State.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Stephanie Newman. I'm a recruiting coordinator at Mississippi State, and I cover the greater Chicago area in Illinois. And joining me this evening is my colleague, Amelia Ramsey. She recruits Southern Illinois, and she's going to be moderating the chat box. So if you have any questions as I'm presenting, feel free to drop that question in the chat box, and we'll be sure to get back to you. All right, so I'm going to kick things off by giving you all a brief background and history of Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a part of the SEC Conference. We're an SEC school, and we were founded in 1878 as Mississippi A&M. We were founded as an agriculture and mechanical institution, so that's where our roots lie. We have the largest campus in the state of Mississippi with 4,200 acres of campus. But with that being said, it is a very walkable campus and cars are allowed as well. We also have over 22,000 students enrolled on campus. However, our student to faculty ratio is 17:1, which is very good for a large institution. So your professors and faculty members will be easily accessible and they'll be there to help you succeed. We are also a big research institution as well. That's something that students can get involved in with faculty members. We rank among the nation's top 100 research institutions, and we are Mississippi's leading research institution. So that's just some background information about Mississippi State. Moving along to the academic side, as you can see, we have 7 different academic colleges as well as a vet school, and we are home to the Shackles Honors College. We do have a very prestigious honors college at Mississippi State. I don't have the time tonight to go through all the different majors, but if you do have any questions about a specific program, please feel free to drop that in the chat box. And then a little bit about where we're located. We are located in Starkville, Mississippi, where that star is right there on the map. And Starkville is what I like to describe as being your quintessential Southern college town. So it's very charming. If you look in the top right corner at that picture, a lot of that is our downtown area. And a lot of people have commented and said that it reminds them of the French Quarter in New Orleans. So it's very charming. And a lot of what happens in Starkville is centered around the university. So it's very easy for students to get involved. We have a lot of great local restaurants and coffee shops and boutiques for shopping. And believe it or not, Starkville is a great place for live music because it is a college town. And not only is it easy for students to get involved in Starkville, but it's also easy for them to get involved on campus. We do have over 350 student organizations, so it's very easy for students to find their niche. So jumping into the nitty-gritty about how you can join the Bulldog family at Mississippi State, we are a rolling admission institution, and our application goes live every year on August 1st. So August 1st of your senior year is when you can start applying. You can apply by going to our website, apply.msstate.edu. We're also on the Common App and the Coalition as well. In addition to your application, we just need your $40 application fee or fee waiver, your official high school transcript, and your ACT or SAT scores if you've been able to test. Now this year, due to COVID, we are able to review students for admission who haven't been able to test. So that's just something to keep in mind. Looking at numbers a little bit, out-of-state tuition is currently $23,950 a year, and the estimated total for your room, board, and meal plan is about $10,436 a year. So the overall estimated cost for an out-of-state student hovers around the $34,000 range. I know those are big numbers, but we do offer generous scholarships that can really help cut down that cost. In looking at scholarships, we do have merit-based scholarships. We begin awarding those at a 22 ACT or 1100 SAT and a 3.0 GPA. Those are automatic and guaranteed based on your scores. And then once you're admitted, you'll have the opportunity to fill out the general scholarship application to be considered for leadership and service-based scholarships. We also have supplemental applications for departmental scholarships and highly competitive scholarships. And then if we have any military dependents, we do have a veterans waiver for students who have a parent or legal guardian who served in the military. That completely waives out-of-state tuition for 4 years for you. Now, it's very important that you get your scholarship application submitted to us by December 1st of your senior year so that you can have maximum scholarship consideration. So that's just a general overview of how our scholarships work. And then if you're able to visit campus, we would love to have you come to Starkville and visit our beautiful campus, because that is a great way to see if Mississippi State is a place that you could call home. We are doing in-person socially distant campus visits again. You can sign up for your campus visit by going to campusvisit.msstate.edu. But if you don't feel comfortable traveling just yet due to COVID, we completely understand that, which is why we're also offering virtual options as well. But whether you visit in person or virtually, we would love to see you and have you learn more about Mississippi State. So I'm going to end by sharing my contact information with you. Again, my name is Stephanie. I cover the greater Chicago area, and my colleague Amelia Ramsey covers Southern Illinois. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and hail State.
Thanks, Stephanie. Up next, we have Ohio Wesleyan University.
Great, thanks so much. I appreciate everybody joining us this evening. I'm going to share my screen as well. And I'm going to take a minute just to talk about where we are as an institution. So Ohio Wesleyan University, we often refer to ourselves as OWU. It is much easier to say than Ohio Wesleyan University, also easier than saying OWU. And to my knowledge, we're the only OWU out there. So when it comes to discovering who we are, I think what you'll find is that we are a small liberal arts institution that acts big. We are roughly 1,500 students, so less than 2,000 total. Average class size is going to be between 17 and 25 students at a time. We represent 44 states and 28 countries within our student body. So you're going to meet students, other students from Illinois, other students from around the Midwest, but you're also going to make great friends with, people who grew up on either coast, down in the South, or halfway across the world. So in terms of distance and where we are in suburban Columbus, Ohio. After Chicago, Columbus is actually the second largest city, metropolitan area in the Midwest. So if you like the idea of being near a big city, but about 25 minutes outside of downtown in a suburban setting, that's where we are in North Suburban Delaware, Ohio. So much like you've already heard, we are open for campus tours. I do hope that after today, you'll consider that, but also know that we have many opportunities for virtual visits as well. Our signature program is called the OWU Connection. Think big, go global, get real. With this, you're going to be able to create a better future for yourself. And this is where you're really going to work with your professors at OWU to design your own unique pathway. And this encompasses everything: internships, travel, research, the things that you care most about. Yes, our faculty have their PhD. Yes, they are published. Yes, they do incredible research. But the reason that they're at OWU is because they like working with undergraduate students. So you're going to make those connections. You're going to know where their office is. You're going to know their cell phone number. I've even heard of students who have been pet sitting over the winter break. So those connections are strong. And back to just that location, right? Being in a major metropolitan area, but on a traditional college campus, like you saw on our first slide. If you're not familiar with Ohio, Columbus is right in the middle of the state. It is the largest of the three cities in the state of Ohio. It's also the state capital. And from Illinois, obviously that could vary a bit, but I would imagine most of you are going to be between 5 and 6 hours in the car, or if you're coming from either of the major metropolitan areas, Chicago or St. Louis, it's probably going to be about a 45-minute flight. So again, interdisciplinary program. Some of you know exactly what you want to do. Some of you might have no idea what you want to study, and that's okay. That's one of the reasons you're going to a liberal arts institution. You want to get a vast, broad sense of different academic areas. I find that a lot of our students use that OWU connection to maybe seek out what it is that they want to be able to do. Over 2/3 of our students do travel, whether that's domestically or abroad. Some of that has continued even throughout the pandemic, and we're excited for that to continue reopening even more. And you're going to get real, gain real world experience and valuable knowledge and skills that give you a pathway to go forward in a career. You can see Tom down in the bottom picture there. He's doing our Wesleyan in Washington program. You'll see some of our majors. We do have over 75 majors and 60 minors, but politics and government, certainly a popular one. And he just did our Wesleyan in Washington program. And then as soon as he graduated, he actually now works at the US House of Representatives. So this is a pictorial of kind of how you can see your pathway through OWU, and intentionally so. It's not linear, right? So again, you're there to explore, whether that's exploring within what you know you already want to study, or in the case of Eva Blockstein here, she came from the DC area. She came to OWU. She checked out zoology. She was interested in the arts. She did some travel learning. She got to go abroad. She worked with a national aquarium back home when she was there over the summer, did an OWU Connection grant where her travel was paid for. Because zoology is another popular major at OWU, she also got to intern at the Columbus Zoo. And now she's a field tech with a national outfit in Fairbanks, Alaska. I mentioned a little bit about Greater Columbus. We are in suburban Delaware, Ohio. I think the best description would be small town charm with that big city opportunity. Again, centrally located in the center of Ohio, just 30 minutes north of Columbus, the 14th largest city in the country. I mentioned our top 5 majors: politics, government, health, human kinetics, zoology, psychology, and business. We've put millions of dollars into renovating our residence halls, so I hope that you will take advantage of that on your tour. When it comes to cost, our average out-of-pocket cost is $16,000. If you have at least a 3.6 GPA or higher, you qualify for our $30,000 Branch Rickey Opportunity Promise. I know I'm up against the clock, so I will put my contact information in the chat, and I appreciate you joining us tonight and hearing a little bit more about Ohio Wesleyan University.
Cool, thanks, Rob. We are now going to move to Oakland University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Drew Huff. I am an admissions advisor and recruiter with Oakland University. I'm going to share my screen right now. So Oakland University, I'll talk a little bit about it tonight, but I do want to just let you know there is a QR code on the screen right now. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about OU and you have your smartphone camera, you can scan that code and it'll take you to a form that you can actually fill out and have some more information from Oakland sent to you later on via email, mail, text, however you want it sent. So I'll keep that up there and it will be at the end of my slides here as well. But just to talk a little bit about who we are, where we are, Oakland University is located in Rochester, Michigan, which is about 30-40 minutes north of downtown Detroit. So we're in the Detroit metropolitan area. Exactly where we're located is a very suburban region. We are a mid to large size university. We have about 19,000 current students that attend OU. Just over 15,000 of those are undergraduate students. We have an average course size of about 35 students per course and over 300 different student organizations. Our university is based mainly in the liberal arts and sciences, but we do have specialized schools. We have over 140 different major programs that students can actually participate in, including those liberal arts and sciences, but we do have specialized schools in engineering, nursing, education and human services, business, a School of Music, Theater and Dance, as well as our Bachelor of Integrative Studies program. So there are a lot of different areas that students can study, and we encourage students to kind of look at a lot of those different areas. And if they know exactly what they want to do, try to specialize, but also feel free to learn a lot about different types of areas and different types of career disciplines that can propel you into the future. So that's a little bit about who we are. We're also a very research-oriented school. Our undergraduate students can start researching their first semester of their freshman year and even become published researchers by the time they're done with their bachelor's degree. So there's a lot of really great opportunities with our academics at OU for sure. Kind of covering a little bit of, as we go quickly through what OU is all about, this is a good snapshot of our cost of attendance. We're looking at two main things: tuition, cost of your classes, and housing, cost to live on campus. We're usually looking at about $24,000 total on average for a student. And even if you are an out-of-state student, you can qualify for in-state tuition. We have a scholarship where you actually, if you meet our admissions criteria, you qualify for a scholarship that covers the differential between in-state and out-of-state tuition. So you're really not looking at any major difference between the two of those if you are coming from out of state, Illinois or elsewhere. And these are pretty much our average rates that you can generally look at as an average for a full-time student, both attending classes and living on campus here at OU. Something cool about our costs here at Oakland is it's all-inclusive. There are no fees associated with taking classes here at Oakland. Everything that the university can provide to you, we do so free of any additional cost. You're paying for your tuition and your housing. We don't want you to have to pay for things like parking, doing laundry if you live on campus, going to the recreation center, going to athletic events, anything like that. We are a Division I school competing in the Horizon League, so there's a lot of really great athletic events that students can go to. And we want to make sure that you can do that for free, obviously. So those are just some of the cool parts about the tuition and everything at OU. Got a couple minutes left here. This is about a minute-long video that I do just want to show because I think it gives a good summary about campus life here at Oakland, probably a little bit faster than I can do it, actually.
College is about more than just hitting the books and making the grade. It's about the experience. It's about the journey that we take to discovery and the adventure along the way.
At Oakland University, we want you to remember your experience.
We want you to create lifelong memories as both a gateway to your past and an ode to your future. We want you to discover your passion and to pursue your dreams.
We want to guide you as you transform into who you really want to be.
Through more than 300 student organizations, 17 fraternities and sororities, 18 NCAA Division I athletic programs, and an endless stream of campus events, we create an environment where you can thrive.
No matter who you are, where you're from, or what you want, you'll find exactly what inspires you at OU.
Here, you will find the desire for success and the determination to succeed.
Situated just outside of downtown Detroit in the heart of Rochester and Auburn Hills, we create a campus life dedicated to your experience.
We create a space for our 20,000 students to grow, experience, and succeed. We create opportunities, educational, cultural, recreational, and social, all for you.
This is OU. Welcome home.
So that's just a quick little pitch about Oakland University. As I finish up here, it's important to note, our application, we're enrolling admissions, so students can apply really at any time. The application will be open for you to do the summer between your junior and senior year. So if you're a senior and you're still looking for schools to apply to, Oakland is one. You can go to oakland.edu/apply, do the application completely free of charge. We're not on the Common App, just our application on our website. My contact information is right here, so feel free to take a picture of this or a screenshot, and then of course the QR code again there too, if you would like to scan that and get some more information from us here at OU. And if you have any questions, feel free to address me directly in the chat and we can talk later. And definitely feel free to visit our website, oakland.edu/future students, for more information. And if you're interested in taking a virtual tour with us, you can register for one of those at oakland.edu/visit. So thank you very much for your time this evening, and hope you enjoy the rest of the school's presentations. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. And up next, we have University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Awesome. Can everyone see that okay? Good to go?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Maybe if we want to play. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Alex Petrolia. I am an admission counselor at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. We are located in the middle of the city. So up on the screen, you can see a snapshot of campus. We're about 1.5 miles off the Las Vegas Strip. So if you've ever flown into Las Vegas, we're about right 1 mile from the airport as well. So pretty centrally located. We are most well known for our diversity at UNLV. We're actually one of the most diverse campuses in the nation. So we have students coming from about 80 different countries, every single one of the states here in the United States. And we're a pretty large institution as well, if I didn't already mention that. We have about 30,000 students. Moving on. We have over 300 different undergraduate and graduate degree programs at UNLV. I obviously can't go in depth on all of them right now, but what I do want to mention is that we're big on cross-disciplinary study. So if you want to double major, major minor, that's definitely something that you can do at UNLV. One of our most notable programs is our hospitality program, being that we are in Las Vegas, as you can imagine. We actually have the #1 hospitality program in the nation. So we see a lot of our students coming internationally and nationally specifically for that program. And as mentioned before, UNLV is a really big research institution as well. So research is a really big thing for our students in getting involved in that research. You can get involved as early as freshman year. And it's really nice to know that you can really get involved all across all disciplines, which is pretty cool. The one thing about our academics is that the majority of our academic curriculum requires that you do internships at UNLV. So you are going to have to get internships, and being that we are in a large metropolitan city and we're the only major four-year institution, our students really have the ability to get multiple professional experiences very easily. And we are in a melting pot. We are a national and international hub in Las Vegas. So the connections that you make within those internships far extend the Las Vegas Valley. We have a number of clubs and organizations, so about 400 different clubs and organizations to choose from, depending on what you're interested in. We are a Division I institution. Our athletics compete in the Mountain West Conference. One of the most exciting things to happen recently is that our football team is actually playing in an NFL stadium. The Raiders came to Las Vegas, and we are one of 16 schools that get to play in an NFL stadium. A question that I get a lot is, what is there to do in Las Vegas? And the easiest answer to that is a lot. There's a lot to do within our city. I think most people just think of a mile-long strip that you might see in TV and movies. We are much more than that. I like to focus on the nature opportunities. We have a national park really close, Red Rock National Canyon, really great hiking trails, biking trails. We have very moderate temperatures here in Las Vegas. I know a lot of my Illinois students really like hearing that. No snow down here in the winter. We have pretty hot summers, but pretty moderate temperatures year round. But if you do like winter sports, you can access them about 45 minutes away at Lake Canyon. We have the most amount of concerts put on per resident capita in the United States. So accessing music is definitely something our students really enjoy as well. As far as what we're looking for admission, we're looking for students to meet one of 3 things for first year applicants. We've always been test optional. So as long as you have a 3.0 weighted core GPA, you're going to be admissible to UNLV. And if you're not meeting that GPA requirement, you can be admitted with either an 1120 or a 22. This is going to be our out-of-state tuition costs. You're looking at that $24,000 on the right-hand side. We have a number of different merit-based scholarships and regional scholarships as well. This is going to be our regional scholarship coming from Illinois. Our scholarships are 4-year renewable and stackable. So I think that's something really important to take into consideration. If you do get these scholarships, you know you're going to have them for the entire time that you're at UNLV. Okay, and then these are going to be our deadlines. We are on rolling admission, so if I have any seniors in here, it's not too late to apply to UNLV. Our application will remain open until June 1st. You can still be considered for our regional scholarships, which is great. For my students who are not a senior yet, our application opens on August 1st every year. Our priority deadline is November 1st, so super important to get your application in, get admitted, get FAFSA on file as well. With that, I'm going to put up my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you so much for being here and learning a little bit more about UNLV.
Thank you, Alex. Up next, we have Quincy University.
Hi, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. My colleague Lauren is sharing our screen, so we'll tell you a little bit about QU. Quincy University, we're a Franciscan Catholic liberal arts university. We're located in Quincy, Illinois. Quincy's a city of about 40,000 people. If you look at us on a map, we're all the way on the western edge, right on the Mississippi River. It's about a 2-hour drive north of St. Louis and about 4.5 from Chicago, about 3.5 from Kansas City. So kind of right in that triangle. QU, we have an enrollment of about 1,000 students. We believe in this concept of success by design, which is an intentional success plan for every student that comes in. Part of that is just based on the size. With our student to faculty ratio and the advising component, we really can line out and map out a plan for each individual student. We pride ourselves on our 4-year graduation rates. Every student that comes in is going to have an academic advisor within the program that they're studying, and it's a direct admit. So once the student is admitted to the university, they're already a part of that program. But along with having a academic counselor, they're also going to have a success coach. And it's kind of nice to have that handoff from the admissions counselor right into somebody that can also kind of do that tender love and care piece. That's just helping students get acclimated to campus, making sure that they're comfortable getting involved in clubs and organizations, doing grade checks, making sure that they're, hitting the ground running once they start college, and really kind of serving as a bridge to help them get acclimated to campus and then right in working with a direct academic advisor. We offer 40 plus majors on campus. This ranges from business to communications to the pre-professionals like pre-law and pre-med and pre-PT. We also have a direct admit nursing program, which is kind of nice. We're a partnership with the local hospital here, so it's very hands-on and incredible skills lab. We also offer some unique majors in forensic science and forensic psychology, as well as business analytics, as well as an aviation program for any potential pilots that are out there. Full study abroad program. We partner with a lot of different colleges across the world. Really, the only stipulation is you can't just go backpack. You actually have to make progress towards your degree, but we'll help line out that for you, as well as great service opportunities and some trips that are attached to classes. Obviously, this year with the coronavirus, a lot of things were put on pause, but we're fully expecting to go back and get everything back up and running. We also were able to keep classes open full time, and we still have tours going full time. So I've been pretty proud of the way that we've navigated that. We're also Division II for athletics. Not a lot of schools our size play at the Division II level. So if there are any potential athletes that are listening, I think one of the best things to do is start out by contacting one of the admissions counselors and let us help bridge that gap to a coach. I'm going to throw this over to my colleague now, and she'll talk about the application piece.
Thanks, Dominic. Students, you guys can find our application on our website. It's free. It takes maybe 10 minutes. It's your super most basic information. There's no essay required, no letter of recommendation required. So truly, it does not take long at all. You can also find us on the Common App. So if you've already filled out the Common App, that is the simplest way to apply. You look up QU and you can send your information here. We are also rolling admissions. So if there are any of you that, you haven't totally decided where you want to go yet, and you're kind of starting to feel that pressure of the spring semester, don't panic. At QU, we will work with you until you feel comfortable and ready to make that decision. And we want to work with you up until that point that you are ready. Of course, I strongly recommend not making that decision, August 1st. But if that's what you need, we're going to work with you very one-on-one. That's a huge perk of QU, that we really get to know you one-on-one and know what you're looking for. Also, all students accepted to Quincy University do receive a scholarship automatically. It is based on your GPA and ACT score. We are also test optional. Of course, with all things COVID, we made that switch and it has been wonderful. So if you haven't had the chance to take the ACT or SAT, or you're not happy with your score, Again, don't panic. We will work with you and you can do that test optional admissions process and still qualify for a scholarship. Scholarships range anywhere from $8,000 all the way up to $25,000 a year. This renews all 4 years as long as you keep a 2.0 GPA. So very maintainable. We want you guys to be able to hang on to that scholarship money and write it out for those 4 years.
There's also a few additional scholarships. As I mentioned, we're Division II, so there's scholarships that are available for athletics. We also award scholarships for every student that's accepted, as Lauren mentioned. We also have a visit scholarship. So any student that comes to campus for a visit, we're going to award them a $500 scholarship. But even for the students that aren't able to make it, we will set up a virtual visit. As we live in this virtual world, we're doing a lot of virtual visits now and working with students, helping them get the information. And there's also scholarships available for arts and music as well. Those going to run on a case-by-case basis, whether you want to send in an audio file to our music department or send in a portfolio to the art department. We'll also help navigate that. So thanks for everybody. Thanks for listening.
Cool, thanks. And last but not least, we have Illinois State University.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, my name is Brian Albertson. I'm the Assistant Director of Regional Recruitment with Illinois State University. We're located in Normal, Illinois, so we're about 2.5 hours south of Chicago, 2 hours north of St. Louis, and about 3 hours from Indianapolis. So quick and easy trip. We're connected by 3 different interstates coming through town. So again, quick and easy trip to get to campus, but we're right in the heart of Central Illinois in Bloomington, Normal, but technically Normal. We were founded as a normal school, or what was a teacher's college, for the first 100 years on campus. The only thing we had was teaching. Now, many of you know us for much more than just teaching these days. We are a full-fledged university. We have over 150 academic degree programs, which we'll get to in just a bit. But this is one of my favorite traditions on campus, our spirit photo. First weekend of school every year, we give you a red t-shirt, go on the football field. And this is our incoming freshman and transfer class from 2 falls ago. Unfortunately, of course, due to COVID, this wasn't possible this year, but it's still one of my favorite traditions we offer. Now, in terms of our community as a university, we have nearly 20,000 total students on our campus, 18,000 of which are what we call undergraduate seeking students who are seeking that first bachelor's level degree. We do have some graduate level students, but again, that's only about 10% of our population. Now, many of our students will consider transferring to the university. About 30% of our students are transfer students coming from an Illinois community college, which we do offer a guaranteed admission program for community college transfer students. You can see the breakdown of female and male there. We have students coming from 47 states and 74 countries, and about 26% of our students identify as coming from an underrepresented population, and that's based on race and ethnicity. Now, one of the biggest and I think most exciting announcements we've made in the past year is our launching of a brand new multicultural center on campus. And so that's giving physical space to our diverse student groups on campus, meaning our Pride, LGBTQ+ group, Asian Pacific American Coalition, Association of Latinx American Students, and Black Student Union. And so we're really excited about, again, giving physical space to these student groups on our campus. Now, diving into our academic experience, like I said, we have over 150 academic programs in these different areas. Now, some of our top programs, certainly still education is one of our top programs. We still produce about 1/4 of new teachers in the state of Illinois every single year. We have an excellent nursing program, which is called the Mennonite College of Nursing. College of Business is strong with tight partnerships between campus and State Farm Insurance, headquartered in Bloomington, Illinois. We have an excellent agriculture program. Actuarial science is one of 17 schools in the country to be accredited at the highest level. We have a fantastic cybersecurity program that has tripled in size over the last few years. And so there's excellent options across the university. You can see all of those options on our website at illinoisstate.edu/academics. Now, talking a little bit more about Bloomington Normal, this is called Uptown Normal. Campus is all the way on the right-hand side of the screen there. Down that street is Hovey Hall, where our Office of Admissions is located. At the top of that screen, Watterson Towers. You come into town, you can't miss that thing. 28 stories tall, about 2,000 students live within that residence hall. It is the highest point between Chicago and St. Louis. Speaking of Chicago and St. Louis, looking all the way on the left-hand side of that screen is our Amtrak station. So it basically stops right on campus. Now in Uptown, my favorite event of the school year happens. It's again, the first weekend of school. It is the Sweet Corn and Blues Festival, 50,000 ears of sweet corn, and every student gets their free ear with their student ID. So excellent event to have our community welcome all of our students back to campus. Now, we want to support you not only during your time on campus, but through graduation and into your career. And so our career services office is fantastic. We have an internship coordinator in every single academic department that you may be studying in. So if you're in business, you're going to have somebody specifically identified in your department to go to help you find that internship while you're a student on our campus. And that may be back home across the world, but we're going to help you out with that process. Also, our career exploration class, about 20% of our students come into the university undeclared every year. If that's you, we have a class for you to take called the career exploration class, and that will help you find a career and ultimately find a major. Now, our application for admission will open September 1st this year. November 15th is our preferred deadline, so that gives you best consideration for your academic major, scholarships, and typically a decision before the end of the year. And so those are the dates that you want to be looking at. Now, if you're thinking about the transfer process, those dates shift a little bit later in the process, but that's something we can certainly talk about. You'll find our application on our website and submit a $50 application fee with that. Now, some of the things that we consider, we are test optional right now for fall 2021, and I'm excited to share with you, Illinois State will be test optional for fall 2022 admission as well. So if you're a junior listening to this right now, good news for you. You do not need to submit a test with your application for admission to Illinois State for fall 2022. However, some of the things that we do consider, your grade point average, your test scores that they're submitted, and a personal statement as well. This is my contact slide here. So if you want to get in touch with your admissions representative, feel free to reach out to us at admissions@illinoisstate.edu. And that's it for me. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, panelists. And we do have a little bit of extra time. So I'm just going to start with a general question and ask you all panelists to say a few words. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Let's start with Mississippi State.
Yes, so one piece of advice that I would give to someone going through the college admissions process, it's very simple. Keep in touch with your admissions representative at the schools that you're applying to, because we are here to help you navigate your way through the admissions process. Additionally, if there's a university that you really want to attend, but you're facing some obstacles that are keeping you from getting there, definitely loop your admissions representative in on that, because you never know what they could do to come through and help you work through those obstacles.
Cool, thanks. Rob, you want to tell us a little bit?
Sorry about that. Yes, I would say to step outside of just looking at lists or rankings or even lists of majors. Certainly, if you know what you want to study, you want to make sure that the school you're looking at has that. But you also want to make sure that there are some options. You want to make sure that it feels right when you step on campus, and that just because a school is ranked higher on a list doesn't mean that it makes it a better fit for you. So that's I think if you can come from that angle and just be true to yourself as far as what's right for you, I think that you'll find the search to be much more beneficial.
UNLV, do you want to share?
Yeah, I would say I would definitely piggyback off Rob. Finding the right fit for you. That is my biggest recommendation to any student going through the college process. There are so many things that you have to take into consideration, and some things might be a bigger priority to you than your friend. So you really want to figure out what is going to be the best option for you and what's going to be the best fit. And figuring out what feels like home. I always say that. You want to feel like you're excited to go to the school. You feel like home when it's home when you step on campus. And that's my biggest recommendation. Sometimes home can feel closer all the way across the country than it can about 3 hours away. So Just do your due diligence, make sure you figure out what's most important to you and find the school that fits all those needs.
Cool. Thanks for that advice. One of our reps from Quincy, do you want to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think these guys are summing it up perfectly. I think people get trapped in the pitfall of following their friends, which is a really bad idea, and definitely don't follow a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, and own it for yourself, and really do some soul searching of what you're looking for in a college experience. You know, if you're happy in your environment, the grades will come easy, and those opportunities are going to come around. And the second part is definitely visit campus. I know this year is kind of a weird year to say that, but do whatever you can to walk on the campus grounds, see what the facilities look like, see what the inside of the dorms look like, see what the inside of the classrooms look like, and envision yourself there. I think that's a really good way to kind of narrow down that field. So that's what I would go with.
Thanks. Drew from Oakland, have you gone yet?
No, but yeah, I definitely echo everything everyone said. I think visiting campus and utilizing these types of events is some of the best stuff that you can do. Gathering as much information as possible, especially with the types of restrictions we have, is really important, because you want to make sure that you know what a school is all about. And then if you can narrow down that list, visiting those campuses is always a really good idea to kind of see if you can see yourself there, because picturing yourself there is always one of the best tools that you can use, because that's where you're going to be spending a lot of your time and sometimes a lot of your money. So definitely important to have the right fit.
Yes, totally. Illinois State, you want to throw something in?
Yes, absolutely. Two quick things. One, teach your students and students learn how to do laundry before you go off to college. Really important. Number two, I would say, is have fun in this process, and give yourself time. You know, do things earlier than you need to. Don't wait until the last minute to submit an application. Don't wait until the night before to start that scholarship application. You know, giving yourself time is going to make you successful in this process.
All right, and we are just about at the 45-minute mark. So I just want to say thank you, students, for joining us. Thank you, panelists, for joining us. When you close this window, there's going to be a super quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you have. And as I said earlier, this is just one of the many, many sessions happening. So please sign up for more. And a recording of this will be available in the next couple of days if you want to rewatch or had to miss some of it. So thank you, everyone.